Good evening, welcome back. Tonight we are going to recover the Princeton Chorus 2x10 grill cover. So I think I got everything I need. We have the grill cloth, we have Velcro hook and loop that's sticky, some strapping, stapler with stainless steel staples, pair of scissors, staple puller, Phillips screwdriver, a punch or an awl, whatever you want to call it. And I brought my feet and stuff so I can run it on the wire wheel. And I brought the pedal so I can make the strap to hold that in the cabinet. And I also brought the wheels. So we'll see how far we get, but we're going to go ahead and start with this. So we need to go ahead and take off the Princeton Chorus emblem and the Fender emblem. Two screws on that and two screws on this. We're going to need the awl to find the screw holes to put it back in its exact location after we recover it. All right, so this is where we need the staple puller. I actually could have used one more tool. I figured I'll get everything together and I'll be ready and there'll be no screwing around. But I was wrong. A pair of side cuts works good for getting the staples out after you get them started. So that's what we'll do. Usually what you can do is once you get it started, you come in the other way and you flip it like that and it pulls it out. But either way, it's a two-step process, so we'll just get them loose and then go back around and pull them off with the side cuts. Get them all loose. This should be fairly quick. I've been waiting quite a long time to do this. I have so many projects on hand between here at work, at home. So this hobby stuff always gets put on the back burner. I mean, look, it's been months. I think it's been months anyhow, since we started that silver burst. And normally I make it back down to laser, at least in the area, every couple months, but my customers have kind of slowed down in the southern region of Ohio here, so I'm starting to get a little bit of breathing room. So, not really, to be honest with you, but I'm trying to find and make time to peck away at little stuff like this, try to get it done. My wife is at home trying to get my new phone all synced up with everything that was in it before it took a ride on the back of the car and then fell off and got ran over multiple times probably by other cars. And you would think it'd be pretty easy, but with all the different emails and all the different other accounts and passwords and all that stuff, not having everything backed up, got to try to get it off of the phone, and when the phone, you can't see the screen or unlock it, it's kind of hard to do anything when you can't unlock the phone. So that's what she's trying to figure out. So anyways, this is kind of beat up. You'll see a lot of stress marks through here, but the center of it's good. So if we get a small amp that needs some grill cloth, we may be able to cut out a chunk of this. So I'll hang on to that for a little bit. We'll go ahead and get this off the table, throw it in the trash here. Move some of this out of my way. All right, so let's see. I think that the brown lines should go from left to right. So since that is the front, we'll flip it over here like this. Now, one thing you want to make sure of when you set it, that your lines are nice and straight with the top and bottom, and that you have enough to wrap over. Now, you don't want a ton of extra, maybe just a smidge more than that, because you can trim it. It's better to have too much than too little, for sure. Let me just make sure this looks straight. I think that looks pretty good, so we're just going to go for it. Trim this out. A little oversized. You see? Hopefully we have enough there. Looks like we have enough there to do a 2x12 cab, because this is definitely bigger than the 10 and a lot wider. So, and then again, if I ever come across another GK5, the Nippon Gaki or whatever you call it, the little Yamaha amp, I can run the stripes up and down and do a little tiny amp too if I want. But I got a chunk of the Marshall stuff at home too that I don't know what to do with. I almost used it on this, but I thought it looked pretty silly because it's silver. Now look at, I thought I had everything together. So far I had to get the cutters. Now I got to go get the air hose and turn the compressor on. So bear with me just for one moment here. All right. Doesn't help, you gotta unwind 100 feet of hose to get back here. All right. Now I think we're ready. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of bend this around, set a couple in the middle. I'm gonna turn it around this way. Now I don't want to pull too tight because I don't want to stretch it and make it look out of shape and have the lines all wiggly. So maybe I'm gonna come down here and pull this over just a smidge more. That way when I pull from the top, it doesn't pull just from the center. This stuff is pretty stiff. It's not like the vinyls and stuff I'm usually working with. All right, I think that's enough for now. We'll go around and staple it some more here in a minute. Now the factory, you can see they had glued it over, but I know what I'm doing, so I don't need to glue it to hold it in place for me to staple it. Yeah, this stuff it's almost like plastic. So now we want to trim this corner. We just want to go right to the corner like that, because we'll do some more trimming and stuff here in a minute. I'll go ahead and finish this bottom up. Trim this corner and this corner. So now we're going to go ahead and fold the side over, and again, I don't want to pull it, I just kind of want to roll it, because I don't want to pull and make the lines all squiggly and wiggly. Just kind of eyeballing the grain here with the edge of the wood, so I know I got a nice fold. I'll go back in and cut to the corner again. And then you fold this out, cut the 2 ears off, so you have a little tail to pull. Go ahead and squeeze that together, pull it up and over, and get it stapled down before it falls apart. Alright, getting close. Another trick to it is not to press all the way down with the stapler, just kind of let it rest there, because the plunger on it will drive it through the material. Just trim a little bit of this excess off here. Right. One more side. Couple to hold it in place while I try to roll this over. Again, I'm just trying to make sure I fold this so I have a nice crease and it follows the grain in the material. If not, it'll look all wiggly. Alright, trim this corner. Give it a pinch, pull and a fold, lightly tack it. Trim that off. One more over here. Another pinch and fold. Trim that off. Just put that on the floor and sweep it up later. Okay, so there we have it. That is first part of it. I almost should have probably sprayed the wood tan, but yeah, by the time you get the speakers in there and it blacks out, it's all gonna look the same. So let's go ahead and try to put these emblems back in here. This is going to be a little tricky trying to figure out where it went. I can cheat, stick my finger in here and feel a screw hole. No. We may have to just put this kind of where we think it should go. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. We're going to go with it. Get that one started. Come back to this one. That looks pretty good. And I must be getting a phone call. Yep.